All right, this is a Fantasy Sports Boss with another video for you. Make sure you hit the subscribe and notification button if you're new. The Chicago Bears have the number one pick of the 2023 NFL Draft. And it stands to reason that Jalen Carter or Will Anderson, the two premier defensive linemen from Georgia and Alabama, respectively, will be the logical choices for our Bears team that just struggled tremendously rushing the passer and on defense as a whole. However, Mike Tannenbaum, who I really respect, is one of the smartest or one of the smarter former GMs, draft guru, personnel men, whatever you want to call him, had a really interesting commentary on the Bears in that number one pick. So according to Tannenbaum, he feels that the Bears should trade Justin Fields in order to draft Alabama's Bryce Young or Ohio State's C.J. Stroud and net a whole bunch of additional draft picks for Fields. Now, according to Tannenbaum, and this is very believable, that Fields would fetch a first and a third round pick at the very least. Maybe even a first and a second. So Fields coming off a spectacular, at times spectacular, 2022 sophomore season for him, where he almost broke the single season rushing record that's being held by Lamar Jackson. He ran wild, over 1,400 yards on the ground, was just an impossible guy to deal with running the football. However, all that being said, Fields' passing acumen still is very shaky. You know, on the games where he was not running the football, such as the last 2 weeks of the season, the fantasy season at least, weeks 16 and 17, we saw that Fields just can't carry his offense, make consistent plays offensively, staying in the pocket and throwing the ball. Yes, the Chicago Bears had arguably the worst receiving group in the NFL, especially after Darnell Mooney went down. But Fields, and this was a knock on him in college as well, struggles going through progressions. His ball placement is not great. It hasn't gotten much better in the NFL either. He just doesn't have that accuracy that Bryce Young has. Now, Bryce Young has put up just video game numbers for Alabama. It's beyond absurd, the numbers that he's accumulated over the last couple of years. The accuracy is spot on. I haven't seen a quarterback come into the NFL draft with such pronounced accuracy like Bryce Young has. He's got it. He throws his receivers open, puts it on the numbers consistently. Quick release, very textbook in his release. Love him. And the arm strength is good. Bryce Young is not the biggest quarterback. We know that. His arm strength, though, is pretty good. He can make almost every NFL throw. And he's very athletic as well, can break out of the pocket, pick up yards on the ground if need be. The one thing with Bryce Young, though, is he is small. He is a smaller quarterback. Just like Tua Tagovailoa coming out of Alabama, the same situation, we have to wonder if he can hold up to NFL pounding. That's why me personally, I like C.J. Stroud, who has the NFL frame, can also move, and has a cannon for an arm and fairly good accuracy, not as good as Bryce Young. I do like C.J. Stroud better, but no problem with the Chicago Bears if they take Tannenbaum's advice. And you know what? I like it. I think it's a good idea. Trade that Justin Fields, get more picks, another first-round pick to go with the number one overall. It really would set up the Chicago Bears because they need a lot of pieces. They need the offensive linemen. They need defenders. They need receivers. They need a lot of guys. I think Bryce Young is a better prospect than Justin Fields ever was. I think C.J. Stroud is a better prospect than Justin Fields ever was. I love that this prospective trade. Not sure what happened. You know, the Bears are going to get a lot of calls from the Indianapolis Colts as well. The Colts like Stroud. They like Young. They need a quarterback desperately. They have an owner who wants a young quarterback now after going through Phillip Rivers and Matt Ryan the last couple of years. I think that the Colts are a big player for that number one overall pick. If the Bears keep it and decide to trade Fields, I like that too. All right, guys, hit the subscribe, hit the notification button. Lots more NFL draft coverage coming up over the next couple of weeks into the draft in April.